You know, we deal with these haters at the end of the day who are upset and angry about my company. And they're mad because of all the new technology we're developing, and God's been blessing our hand, allowing us to be able to, design amazing things, and they're angry over that. So we've had this guy, he's been contacting, we pretty much know who he is, but he's been contacting our business company or business or 800 number, and he's just been saying some weird stuff to us. So we're already in the process of taking this information down to Allentown Police Department, following charges against the individual, and also to um, going with the FBI with all the other information we have to get these guys ready to go to court, because they are being sued for touching copyrights and other things they've been doing. And they are looking at possible, actually not possible, they are looking at jail time for doing some really dumb stuff. But it's hilarious, and I'll tell you why it's hilarious. Because, you know, this guy contacts me. We know who you are, by the way. And when this hater contacts me, he tries to explain to me that he's going to tell me how a crease and deceased order, but he doesn't know how to spell it. So let's look at this real quick. All right. So here, he sends this letter here, call me Mr. Bird. I'm calling you with a question for you. Now, it continues on right there, but he basically has a cut-off sentence. And I would like to know what a crease knows. What a crease knows? What the heck does that even mean? I like to know what a crease knows. That doesn't even make any sense. Knows what a crease and desist. Seriously, dude, it's not like you're about to break out in green eggs and ham. Like, what are you saying here? I would like to know what a crease know. You've seen this? What a crease and deceased. Deceased. So I want you to look at the word crease here, right? All right. So he has it under CEASE. And it's actually spelled CEASE. Where does the R come from? Why do you have an R in there? So you have it here, and you have it here with an R. Well, where is this? That doesn't even make any sense. What are you doing? CEASE? Where is there? Oh my goodness. Now, in deceased, look at this right here. DECEASE. No, this is how it spells. This from my attorney. It's DESIST. So you're contacting me, trying to insult me. Now, mind you, we got a bunch of emails of these guys contacting. The spelling's bad, the grammar's bad. It's horrible. And you can see where if you're going to try to insult somebody at the end of the day, at least know how to spell. Because again, it makes you look like an idiot. So again, here you're trying to ask me, do I know what it means? I got a question for you. Do you know how to spell? Because apparently you don't. So this is pretty embarrassing. Oh, judge is going to get a laugh out of this one right here. They're going to do you know how to spell? Because apparently you don't. Look at this. So right here, and then right here, it starts off with another sentence. Or there's a comma there, and this doesn't even, when you start a sentence off, this is supposed to be a capital there. But I do not know what a crease. I don't understand what you're saying here, because you're not spelling it correctly. It's not CREASE. This is the correct way to spell it. Where are you getting all those extra letters from? And then right here, look at the writing here. Is anyway, got a period and then anyway. Why do you have a period between anyway? That should be part of the sentence. That's not the end of the sentence. Period. Because then that would start off with a cap right there. Oh, my goodness. I swear I could not be your teacher at the end of the day. I would literally have a bottle of Jack Daniels in my drawer. This is awful. And you're how old? And you're writing like this? I would wonder when you will move from the office. I would wonder when will you move from the office space. You cannot live there. Again, live there is not one word. There's a separation in between there. Trust me, I will tell. I will tell. I will tell on you. I will snitch. Yes, will and snitch again. Separation there. Gee, what's the reason? Why is there a cap? Forget it. Uh, Period here. You cannot live in a garage, and then there's a period here. You cannot live in an office, and this is what we're filing charges for them for contacting a company, making false accusations about our business. This is what they're going to court for. More charges again. Storage space. So now we showed off our storage space. We're living in a storage space too on top of that. So we're living in the garage, which we're not, and living in the garage. We're living in our office, which we're not living in an office. And now the storage space that we showed off where we're putting our projectors at for a new unit, now we're living in there too. So the fact that you went online and you make these false accusations about my company, about me at the end of the day, guess what? Criminal charges. Guess what? More lawsuits. Okay, let's see. Okay, unit. Okay, I will call tomorrow. Or, now he's got a comma here next to or, sorry. And then another comma. I swear I could not be your teacher at the end of the day. How do you write a check? How do you write anything? You can't write. Literally, this is horrible. Look at this. There's a comma there. And then or, sorry. And then a comma there. And then Tuesday. And then there's a period. I'm done. I just broke a brain cell. I just literally just broke a brain cell just reading this right now. This is the reason why I tell you at the end of the day that I don't know how these individuals passed school. I don't know what happened. You didn't graduate. There's no way in the world you graduated. It's no way in the world you graduated. Not with that writing at the end of the day. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. We literally had a I will tomorrow, comma, or sorry, comma. Then it starts off with a capital and Tuesday, then period. Oh my goodness. It literally, sometimes when I read this stuff, I have to check and see if I'm having a stroke because it literally feels like I'm having a stroke when I read through their stuff. Oh my goodness. This is why they thought kids were doing it. They literally thought kids were carrying on their account. No, I said these are grown men. We know who this is at the end of the day. The writing matches this website. That is absolutely horrible. Going to snitch on you. So how do you start off with a comma here, or sorry, comma, then a capital with two, then a period, and then I'm going to snitch on you. Then it's a period here again, and then Mr. Board. Board? No, it's Bird. It's B-Y-R-D. That's why when we spell your name fully, exactly the way it sees on your birth certificate. Board. You can't even spell the name correctly. And then there's a period there. What the freak? What the heck? Got a comma here, Mr. Burden. The period here. Oh, good gracious, man. I swear, it's like watching you. Hearing you guys talk is the equivalent of a speaking spell. It is. You sound like literally a speaking spell. This is awful. You lose, everyone wins. No, don't think that's possible, buddy. And then calls me a curse word at the end. Well, I lose? No, actually you lose because number one, you can't spell. That's the first thing let's talk about. You do not know how to spell. The grammar is absolutely horrifying. It is. It's horrifying. It's like somebody learning how to write for the first time. My cat has better grammar than you. And on top of that, this is considered to be a threat at the end of the day. These multiple letters is harassment. So you lose because you're going to jail. And I'm going to have a process server at your front door at apartment E. Yes, sirree. And you can sit there and cry and whine and say, you want to say, oh, he mentioned my apartment. You're, again, public domain. You're registered. Everybody knows where you're at. So I can't wait for the judge to read all this nonsense. They said bring everything to court. But yeah, just want to put that right there that no, you can't spell at all. Has a nerve to basically contact me and tell me what does this mean at the end of the day. And you can't even spell the word correctly. You know, this is the part that I find sad. This is why I told you at the end of the day, they really are not that intelligent. Even if they were to Google it, they still don't know how it's spelled. Because most people, if they Google something, they got a faint idea of exactly how it's spelled to kind of kick it off. It's kind of like, you're trying to start an engine, trying to get it to turn over. You just need something to get it to kick. And sometimes if you Google something, oh yeah, I remember that, because you remember that. They don't even know. Google's useless to them because they literally don't know how it's spelled. So, did you Google it? I mean, it shouldn't be hard to Google it. I mean, look, let me go over here real quick. Bring up the original email over here in our account. It's so sad. It really is. He can't spell. Come on, man. Seriously, you can't insult people and you can't spell. Gotta learn to spell first before you contact somebody. Oh boy, you guys are gonna be a ball in court. It is gonna be interesting watching you guys fumble. Let me see what we have here. Here we go. This is the email he sent to us right here. So you can copy and paste. And yet, how many misspellings does he have in this thing? I'm not going to put this through. I'd say one of the fantastic things about doing through Hotmail basically will show you like all the imperfections that you have and that you've done at the end of the day. Look at this. You got to learn how to spell, man. I told you, you don't know how to spell correctly. I can do an 8,000. An 8,000. I've done it. People watch me do 8,000 specification sheets. And we'll throw them on here. Sometimes like the most I'll get is 1 out of 8,000. Because I know how to read and write at the end of the day. You guys don't know how to read and write. Look at this. Look at the mess. Look at this mess. Right there, he's got creasing. He doesn't spell it. The letters all bunched together. You can't even spell. Oh my goodness, it's awful. Like I told you at the end of the day. You know that when you send an email, let me explain something to you, how it works. You see those red lines that pop up? Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're blue. I'm not telling anybody. We all know this already. I'm just speaking to them directly. This tells you that you spelled something incorrectly. Because Hotmail has something called a spelling checker. So you go in and you basically click next to this right here. This is how easy it is. And it will show you how to spell it correctly. But the problem is they don't know how it's spelled at all. They don't even have a faint idea. So they don't know which one to choose because they don't know which one it is. Because you still have to know how to pronounce it correctly for the sentence. You have to use it correctly. That's why you go to a spelling bee and they give them a hard word, they say use it in a sentence. It gives you an understanding of what that word is meant for. So even if you were able to figure out which one of these would go correctly into the sentence, you have to know which one and how it's said to complete the sentence. I feel like I'm going through school again. Do you need tutoring? Because I will tutor you. I will help you out. Gee whiz Louise. So which one of these would be the correct way of saying it? Which one? Probably getting a flashback. This nonsense. Why do you have a period there? It is, and then a period, and then anyway. Really? What is that? Here's another one right here. It's spelled crease wrong. Oh my goodness. I mean, literally, when I read through that, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. You're trying to insult me at the end of the day and tell me that I don't know what this means and you can't even spell it correctly. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm trying my hardest to keep this on a Christian level, but that is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But you know what? You follow the devil. The devil will make you a fool at them. That's a perfect example. This is a person who follows the devil. And look how the devil did them. He made you look like a complete idiot. He's not in here to try to make you look good. He made you look like a complete idiot. Live there? That's not a one word. That's a separate word. They're two separate words. They don't hear. See? Two separate words. There's no such thing as a word. Oh my goodness, man. We don't know how to do the separation. We'll snitch right there. Oh yeah. Do that in the prison system and see what happens to you. Let them find out that you're a snitch at the end of the day and see what happens to you. As a matter of fact, nobody likes a snitch. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing anything, so go ahead, put your complaint in. Knock yourself out. I don't care. But anyway, yeah, he says we'll snitch. Let's see right here at the bottom. With this, click this in. Here we go. Two separate. Will snitch, not together. I have to bring out the sock puppets. We may have to bring out the sock puppets. Look at this. Why do you have a comma next to ha? See where it says delete repeat word. It's not needed. You only need one. Gee, this is awful. This is another one asking you to delete repeat words, not necessary. And then here you spelled my name wrong. It's Mr. Bird, B-Y-R-D. It's not Mr. Board, B-O-A-R-D. I learned to spell. This is awful. I couldn't imagine you guys. This is why you guys fail at paperwork. This is why. You can't fill out contracts correctly. You can't fill out documents correctly because you don't know how to spell. And even worse, I mean, even if you did have some misspellings in there, people know how to go back and try to basically prepare them because they know exactly how to recorrect them, but you can't even correct them. You can't correct something if you don't know the meaning of it or basically a faint idea of how it's spelled. Like, do you know the difference between R and R? One is actually you own something. This is when like you are going to the bank, and this is when it's our stuff. So our stuff would mean O-U-R. And you are going to the bank would be A-R-E. You probably don't know that one either. That's why they said the English language is supposed to be the hardest language, because you can have one word mean two things, like saw and saw. Like you can have I saw the table in half and I saw a bird. It's how you word it. That's why they say put it in a sentence. But this right here is freaking unbelievable. But what makes it so hilarious is the fact that writing me an email telling me that I don't know what cease and desist order is, and hey, newsflash, you can't spell, because you can't spell it. Because that's not how you spell it. Yeah. Unbelievable. Look at that. You're going to try to tell me at the end of the day that he's trying to teach me what that's about, cease and desist order, and he can't even spell it. He spelled it C-R-E-A-S-E-L. Really? Dude? Seriously? Oh, man. I definitely got to take this over to my people to laugh at. We got some of this stuff posted to a site. People just go in there and they crack up, man. Really. I remember that letter we got from Mr. Williams. Oh, my goodness. That thing was freaking riddled with freaking craziness. You guys did not graduate. You couldn't have graduated. Can you spell diploma? Apparently not. Gee whiz, Reese. Look at this one right here. All of them are the same way. Yeah, man, you gotta learn to write. And then, Jamie, being on your website, I've been through your website before. I've read through your website multiple times. Same thing here. It's the same thing. Capitals in the middle of a sentence, run off on letters. As a matter of fact, you do it a lot on your receipts, too. Because receipts have them on them all over the place. Let me see. You don't spell correctly. This is how you know it's a signature. We know. Him, now his is bad. I don't know which is worse. Mr. Williams' writing is horrible. Really, really bad. Because at first, we thought it was Jamie's at first. But we saw the name at the top, Derek Wilson, and we saw basically the writing. Oh, it's bad. We was in the kitchen laughing so hard. I was on the ground. I couldn't breathe correctly. You guys can't write for jack. That's the funniest thing ever, man. Someone trying to insult you like you don't know what you're talking about, and they can't even spell it. Not up alone freaking at the end of the day write a proper sentence. I'll tell you one thing. I hope you ain't got kids. I hope you ain't helping them out with their homework, because they don't need that nonsense. And they're probably helping you out at the end of the day. I don't even know how you... Wow. How did you do that? Look at that. It's okay with a period. And, oh, my goodness. That is so bad. Look at that. It's okay with a period in the middle, and then it starts off with a capital. There's supposed to be a space there, man. Look, that's what you're supposed to do. Go in there. See that right there? It's supposed to be a space. There you go. Oh, man. What the heck? Why you got a period between here? There's no period belonging there. What are you doing? Oh, I could not be a teacher. I could not be a freaking spelling teacher at the end of the day and dealing with these guys at the end of the day. I was like, look, we got to call your parents. I wouldn't even bother grading your papers at the end of the day. I would just go. I mean, when you're kids and stuff, kids are going to make mistakes like that. That's what kids do. They're learning. But as in high school, if you were passing in this kind of work, I'm like, looking at you like, excuse me, are you high? Do you smoke anything? Drink anything? What's going on? You have any stress? What's going on? What the heck is this? You got to pull them to the side. Hey, look, I think you may have a learning disability or something going on. Like, how did no one didn't pick this up? Like, all through school, no one picked this up. There's a learning disability in there. And then they graduate them? That's pretty bad. I got to see a diploma. That's pretty bad. That's really, really bad. You have to understand, people, this is not just one letter. We got tons of messages from this guy. All of them are like this. Every single one. In one of the messages, he describes himself as a third person. As another person. Literally, in the receipt, he describes himself as a third person. But the weird thing about it is the same writing that you see throughout the whole letter, and every last one of them still matches the third person. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'll show you. It's crazy. Because, again, I don't say anything on camera. This is not true. Yeah, let's go over here and show you. Let's go over here to the blacklist. Which this is all going to be used in court anyway. Till on top of that, we sent the whole link over. So here we go. Post office fraud charges, all that stuff. That's all sent over. This whole link is sent over. Let me see what we got here. Remember I told you about committing fraud, about your products matching house paint, and you're not removing the products and continue to sell them to your consumers? Yeah. Solid Weight 5. Remember that nonsense when you called yourself going in and basically making a fake receipt? My company's fake receipt? Oh, you're going to jail for that, buddy. And we got all your stuff, man. You're not going, gentlemen, you're not going anywhere. You're not going home. I told you that. Look at the evidence we got. You made a fake receipt of my company. Did a fake unboxing on my product. That's identity theft. You do a lot of identity theft, don't you? So, again, I can't wait to we asked you, how did you get a email or receipt from us? Number one, email we don't use anymore, or from an email that has spaces in between, because Hotmail doesn't allow you to do that. So how is that even possible? How did you get one? So, and then took his face when we actually see the video. He took his face right next to the receipts. And it's the same face that shows up on his Facebook account that we have an entire copy of now. Yep. Gee whiz Louise, man. You're going to get a lot of time for that, man. Making fake videos and then doing fake demonstrations against my products. You're going to get a lot of time for that. More demonstrations. This is Jamie. See, I think they forget these things at the end of the day, that this is post office mail fraud that you committed. We got your containers. We got your name written on them. We got your receipts. We got your face on the picture, because you put his face on the picture for Remember Frankenstein. And this is the same information that's going to go out to Universal Studios, so you're going in and stealing that name and using it to make money off of it. Yeah, we've sent all this over to them. Everything. Once their cases are all locked in, they'll get our court dates and everything. We'll send everything, share everything to everybody, so they'll have everything. They'll know exactly what's going on. Everybody will be on the same page. Yep, man. These videos are missing. You won't be able to find these. We got copies of all these, man. He got rid of all these videos to try to hide things at the end of the day. Oh, this is another one you're being hit with a lawsuit. You said you had the 39 Black Widow. Better have my receipts. Guess what? Lawsuit. I'm going to hit you hard, man. We got over here, you making a fake Instagram account. Another case of identity theft. Yeah, there's Mr. Wake over here claiming that our products come up black, unwatchable, along with the fake unboxing. So you're going to explain to a judge that you went in and you printed up, which is involving post office fraud charges, by the way. You did use United States Postal Service to commit a crime, even though the package didn't go anywhere. And you printed up a fake receipt, did a fake unboxing, forged my company's information to a receipt that you made up, which is considered identity theft, and then went in and proceeded to do demonstrations on YouTube, claiming, this is McAfee, which calls him Solid Weight 5, claiming that you purchased our product and this is how my product came out. That doesn't sound good, does it? It sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh well, good luck with all that. Well, we're not wishing you luck. You need more than luck. What's going to happen to you? All right, here we go. These are the receipts that were canceled out. Let me see. Yeah, bum, 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 bum. It's the way cries about harassment. And if you get in there, Jamie, and you start crying about how we harass your company, no, we got an email from you telling us to buy whatever we wanted. So don't go carrying on us because we got you. Canceled orders again. Here we go. This is where he tells us. He says, Crow says you are banned. This is where he refers to himself as a second person. Now he says Crow says. So who are we talking to if it's not Crow? And then you put down, let's see, you are banned if our products, and again, to the capitals popping up in the middle of sentences right here, capital, capital, popping up, that's his signature. He has a habit of putting capitals in the middle of sentences. So you came on and you talked if you were another person, but you were the same person the entire time, and then you continue to write the same way that you write. You said Crow says you are banned, right? Well, how are we banned when you gave us first an invite to buy whatever we wanted? Okay, I was wondering about that one. Yeah, multiple personality complex disorder and bipolar. That's what I kind of rated up to. So you said Crow says you are banned, right? If our product, capital, is garbage, capital, that's him writing, as trying to describe himself as another person. Told you. I ain't got to make anything up. Here we go. It says, don't need your business. Have a blessed, see the capitals in the middle sentence? Have a blessed day. Stay away, thanks. But you just told me to buy whatever I wanted. I'm just going by what you just told me to do. See what I mean? Here we go. There's another one. Money back into my account again. This is when it was $85. Put that money right back in there. Here we go again. This one, he got mad. He tried to curse me out. Coming soon. So basically, we ordered so much stuff from him, like 15, we're in like 15 orders from him. He kept canceling, putting the money back in our account. So I figured, let's order again. Because he said we can order as much as we wanted, right? So I order another one. And we know we're not going to get the paint at the end of the day. So when he sat on the order, he didn't want to ship it out. So he figured he was going to keep my money. So I did a fake YouTube video and said, well, we got the Frankenstein coming in pretty soon, and we're going to be able to show it off. We knew, Jamie, we know you at the end of the day, that you were going to go in and do a video and say, oh, no, you're not going to get it, and send me back the money. So I can get the money back again faster to do another order. It's so easy. See, coming soon? I don't think so, loser. So let me get this straight. What makes this embarrassing is the fact that you told us you can buy the paint. We already had your paint already, and we can make it if we want. So we don't care about that. We've done it. Basically, just follow your own ingredients, show you how to do it. So we're just buying to get the cancel orders. But anyway, you're so scared that you basically reply back as, you can't get it, loser. So again, Jamie, I can have somebody go pick it up for me, which I did. I got an unboxing on your Metallica mix. I had somebody go pick it up for me. But again, the fact that you feel that threatened, what are you threatened about? If your product works, then what's the problem? It doesn't work, that's why. But he gave us back our money, and he called me garbage and stuff like that. Show you he's not a professional at the end. That's how he carries himself. This is also, too, going to be presented to the judge, and it also shows that it's a Frankenstein screen paint mix will be sent over to the company that you used their name without permission, made money off them, so we can show them. And on top of that, what the freak is a large in screen paint? Yeah, there you go. And the last time you went to Home Depot and said, let me get a large in screen paint? It's gallon. Gallon. That's what it is. Quarts, pints, stuff like that. Another refund back to us again. And this is the famous email of him telling us that we could buy whatever we wanted. And the email right there. See right there? This is the email we got first. So I don't know why he did this. I guess he thought he was bluffing us, or we would never go make a payment or something. Oh, no, buddy, I'll make a payment. We did one and bought. Buy whatever you want without the nonsense. Now, what you just read a few minutes ago, those were the messages we received after he tells us to order with confidence. So how are you going to explain to someone to order with confidence if you basically are acting this way? No need to go through all the nonsense. Order with confidence. You know what confidence stands for, Jamie? Do you even know what that means? It's in there. It even sends us a link to go buy. So if you ever go to court and say, hey, he harassed me, he went in and bought all this stuff without my permission, no, there's your permission slip right there. And we went in and he bought it. By the way, speaking of a permission slip, where is my black paint? You're going to pay for that one in court because we sent them a certified letter to them that says black paint to back up your theory that my product was fake. And it was nothing but black paint. So that's going to cost you money. Right there, look at that. Never received a thing. He canceled every single order. Yep. Here's another one right there. Canceled order again. What's this one for? Oh, this is for the Cinemax, which we end up getting anyway. We get the Cinemax anyway. So when he committed the post office fraud, he sent us the black paint. Keep in mind when you're claiming a post office fraud, you have to be to show that the package has to be, it's best that you have it to win the case, that you can show the package being unboxed live. That's what we did. So when we unboxed it, we had black paint in there. And he also lost his PayPal claim because that's the claim he lost. PayPal noted that he committed fraud, and that's why he lost the claim. So we go to we submitted all this to the post office. They saw the claim with PayPal showing that you committed fraud. They showed the container being unboxing; it was black, and they also showed and the defamation with him back and forth talking that he was trying to convince PayPal that the product always came up in black, but it didn't. We all know it didn't. He was lying in there. So PayPal found us in favor of us, and he lost his case. Keep in mind that you used the United States Postal Service to commit this crime, and you signed your signature best of the best all over everything. As a matter of fact, the containers even have my name on it, has your name on it, and it's time stamped that you put on there, which is also fantastic because, again, with the royalties that you owe the other company for using their name without their permission, we sent them all that information over too, showing them that you were sending out containers with their name attached to it, and you even time-stamped it and everything. Sheesh. Not smart, are you? He's nervous right now. He's over there right now, very nervous. I know he wants to get on camera and act like he's strong, but he's not. He's nervous. He's scared. And you should be. You should be. Because you're going to be sitting up in the courtroom in front of a judge. And if you believe that for a hot second that you're not going, oh, you're definitely going. Just like when I told you I was going to have a process server knock on your door. Did I lie about that? Was that fake? Someone did come to your apartment and knock on your door as a process server. All right then, so since that statement was true, guess what? There's more to come. Put your face on the receipt. When I was in the post office, I was sending over the document for the post office charges. And I was explaining to them that his face was on the receipt. The guy was like, oh, in the background, I was like, oh, he's going to jail. He's definitely going to jail. I said, yeah, we got the unboxing video. We got the product. We got the whole 9 yards. He signed his name, his little signature all over the receipts and everything. We got his face on the receipt with the tracking number, the whole 9 yards. The guy was like, he's going to jail. Yeah, he's going to jail. There's so much stuff on you, it's not even funny. But just to show you that same weird handwriting, same thing there. Let me go here real quick and let's dig up. Let me see. Yeah, we got everything on Mr. Fernando. But yeah, that's his handwriting. That's him. The other one's pretty bad. Mr. Williams is awful. Very awful. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. I'm at it. Let me see. Post office mail fraud complaints. I need this document. We got to fill these out for you guys. Get you started. Get you ready. So we can get you guys all filled out, get everything done. I know the postmaster in one of the buildings, so I'm going to take it down to him personally, to him, so he can get all that taken care of. I know somebody actually high up in the post office, and I'm going to send all that over to him so he can get that taken care of right away. and we'll go check on the other one. So we all got the numbers and everything. We got the process number they have through the notification numbers. They sent all that over for him already to get that set up. But we got more for them. I have about a bunch of them for Mr. Derek Wilson. We're going to send over, and we're going to begin the process of McAfee, get him set up and get him ready. And I got to contact that bar again, send all our information over to them, let them know exactly what we're doing. Let me see. Yeah, get that done. That is, yeah, that's why I say you got to go back to school. You got to go back to school. That I've never, and that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Someone contacted me and trying to insult me at the end of the day by saying that you don't know what this means and you don't know how to spell it. And the sad thing about it is because we have Google, we have computers on our phones, all this stuff, we have access to learn how to spell things right. Well, it doesn't help if you don't actually know what it means and how to spell it. Like you don't even know how to spell it. Because some people will put in something that says, I know it's not spelled that way. Like, I know it's not spelled that way. And then they'll Google and they go, oh, yeah, that's how it's spelled. They can pick up on it. You guys can't pick up on it. So even if it's there staring you in the face, you don't know which one to pick because you definitely don't literally know how it's actually spelled. That's the part. And for anyone who sits there and says, oh, that's not, yeah, it is. Because again, if Google and none of this stuff existed and you had to do this off the top of your head, and go through a dictionary, still we have all this technology in this digital age. So how do you not know how that's spelled? Because Google will show you. Heck, there's spelling checkers all over Hotmail. Just spelling checkers on Wix. Did you know that? I have Wix at the same website he has. So the Wix website has a built-in spelling checker. If you basically say anything wrong, it gives you a little underscore at the bottom that tells you spelled it wrong. He has delivery spelled wrong for the longest time. Delivery has been spelled wrong on his site for at least 3 to 4 years. And I'm pretty sure people have gone in when they were going to a site and saying, hey, buddy, you got that spelled wrong. Did he go fix it? No, it still says the same thing. Go check it out for yourself. And then the same spelling errors you see here in the bad grammar is on his website. Same thing. Except for the only one you see that has good spelling is us, where he took our specification sheet and tried to use it as himself, use it for himself. But no, he can't spell. He doesn't even know math either. Math is another thing that evades him because he sat there and said that 2 quarts, he still says today, 2 quarts of his paints a 200-inch screen. No, buddy, unless you physically paint that in. If you ever painted a 250, then he went and lied. He painted the church screen in and lied on camera and said it was a 200-inch screen when clearly it was just 150, which I told you was 150 from the door. Gee, even the church said it was 150. See, he lies too much. You know, 200-inch screen. You kidding me? Came on there and lied and did that to try to basically make you think that. Why do y'all do that? You do know that if somebody comes in and buys that product and they go by what you said and they paint in a 200-inch and it's not enough, oh, why would you do that? You know how dumb that is? You're going to get caught. That's how you get caught. They're going to know. There's no way around that. They're going to know. I ain't doing that to me at the end of the day and try to prove. What are you proving to me for? I can back myself up. You got to back your stuff up. So if you try to make that lie to me to try to make yourself seem like, oh, you do know that other people are reading that besides me. And if other people are reading that besides me, they're going to do the same thing and have the same problem. Like the fellow whose screen washed out in the middle of a soccer game. Because you got a habit of going on YouTube and opening up doors and curtains and trying to make it seem like your product actually works in a fully lit environment and you don't need ambient light regain technology, and then literally put it on your website that you don't support it in any way whatsoever. So that customer opened up them curtains because I'm pretty sure if you had told him, hey, look, this is not an ambient light rejection paint. You really can't have the curtains open because this will wash out. And told him something because he opened up the curtains and believing that the screen was going to work and found out it didn't. So unless you were desperate for money and you told him anything just to get a buck out of him, because that's what it sounds like. It literally sounds that way. And the reason why? Because all the other customers I've seen from him, they didn't do that. None of them opened up any curtains. Some of them try to do something near a window, but they try to keep a lot of color so the screen would wash out less. But not on a level like that guy did it. So that means that you must have been desperate for money. And he was asking for a screen paint that he can have his curtains open and watch the game. Why else would he open them? So that means that you sold him anything. You told him anything. And that's why he opened up those curtains and that screen washed out like that. But remember his policy on his website, the way it's set up. That man opened up the product and he used it, right? So that means that it landed on his property. He gets nothing for it. And that means that he opened it up and used it and he gets no exchange. He gets nothing. There you go. That's what he did. So you have to understand, Mr. Fernando, you can say, oh, basically that's not true. It is true. Because again, I've done my research on you and I've watched your customers and they don't do that. They didn't do what that guy did. That guy literally opened up a window right next to that screen. And that screen disappeared. So all the other customers didn't do this. Even when you had the screen and the, I don't know, it was some kind of office building or what it was, that projector was a big projector. That was a pretty big machine they had in there. And this screen washed out. And they still had to go in and turn the lights out closer to the screen because the color was bad. And they knew it was bad. So yeah, you lie to people. You do. You lie to people. But that right there, yeah, that's his handwriting right there. All right, we're done here. I've got things to do. But I just want to recap on that. That next time that you want to send me a message, learn to spell. Just crack a book, learn to spell. You can go to Google. You learn from Google. They got freaking they got let me see, software to teach you how to spell. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of software here. If not, you're not good with that, teach yourself something. I'm not trying to embarrass them. You really need to learn how to spell. You do. Because nothing's more embarrassing than trying to insult someone and you really don't know how to spell at all, period. So instead of you trying to teach me what that means, I know what it means. That's why I got hired an attorney and we did a draft, which means you have to send that information back and forth to me so I can go over everything in there to see basically if it's up to what we need. Jamie, at the end of the day, I write my own contracts. You know that. I design and write my own contracts. Of course, you know how good my writing is because you take it. You put it on your website. That's why. Because it sounds beautiful. I write things correctly. And that's why when you did your fabric, you took my specification sheet and you put it on your site. Now, anyone going through your site will read through that and see how well we write, but they'll look at the rest of your writing because it doesn't match everything on the site, and they'll see how bad you write. But, yeah. But next time you want to insult somebody, learn how to spell first. Now, he's probably all mad and upset about that, too. Well, yeah, look, the devil's job is not to make you look good. His job is to make you look like an idiot. He loves to embarrass you. He's probably sitting there laughing about it right now. Because you listened to what he said. You got up in the morning, you sent over these messages to us, and you can't spell. Every single message we have in here is horrible. Bad grammar, man. Unbelievable bad grammar. Jeez. I thought he was having a stroke at that last sentence. I swear I thought I was having a stroke on that one right there. This one, look at this. Come on. How in the world you have sorry, comma, capital two, period? Really? Look at it. There's another right there. You put a comma there. Or sorry, Tuesday? What the heck were you saying? Were you having a stroke? I have to ask that question. I'm not trying to be rude here. Like, were you having a stroke, mental illness? What's going on with you? Because this is just bizarre. Jeez. I find everything you said here a joke. We don't take it seriously. You're a joke at the end of the day. You don't take nothing you do seriously at all, period. We really don't. It's just hilarious. He does this stuff to try to get a rise out of people. So that way, you know, feel that these are scare tactics at the end of the day. I got a scare tactic for you, and it's actually a real thing, too. It's not a joke at the end of the day. I'm at the process servers. I said process servers with a large S. Come to your front door and serve you for court. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to throw you in jail. There you go. Touch my copyright, you're going to jail. There you go. Gee whiz Louise, look at this. I'm calling you with a question. Questions or question for you. I would like to know what I would like to know what this is too. Please explain to me, because that's not spelled correctly. All right, we're done. I got some other things to do. I'm not going to waste my time on this dumb nonsense in the day. Get this stuff ready for court and get you behind in jail. That's what you need to be at. You need to go to a lockup facility. Once you get in there, Mr. Fernando and the rest of them, you will realize what the real world is about. It's consequences. Nothing but consequences. I think the problem is that you've been living through life doing whatever you want to do at the end of the day, and you feel that there's no consequences, you can do whatever you want. Well, you're going to learn a valuable thing about life. And the sad thing about it is you're going to learn it at an old age. You are. You're going to realize that you don't get the right to go around and harass, carry on, and bully people and do what you want to do. There's just going to be consequences for everything that you do on this planet. And when the day we get you in court, it's going to be a beautiful day for me, but it's going to be an extremely awful day for you. And meanwhile, before you decide to contact somebody to insult them, please know how to write. Because I can imagine a kid doing this. It's a kid. Kid's going to make mistakes. But you are, how old are you again? Really? Oh, my goodness. I swear when I read that last sentence, I thought I had a stroke at first. It was that bad. It was that bad. Gee whiz. We got Grammarly. Get that. Download that, for goodness sakes. Please. I find it's what you send over doesn't upset me at all, period. Because you can't take anything from me. We know that. He's been trying to take stuff from me from day one. And where's it got him at? Nothing at all, period. Another thing. So we consider all your threats to be empty, and that's what they are. Mine apparently do stick, don't they? Yeah, because we came to your front door, let you know we knew where you were at. And I came there with a process server, a person of the courts. So you know I don't play around. But anyway, yeah, I do think there's something wrong with you. I do. I'm trying to think that. Oh, God, how did you get through school with that? Seriously, how do you know when? I'm going to look at this up for a minute. When do kids start learning how to read and write? 2. How old are you again? Different ages of complex. So, children start learning age 2. Okay, we see letters and sounds, and children start a new sound at 3 and 4. Gee whiz. I hope you're not doing homework for your kids. I pray you're not. Yeah, and they'll probably get on camera and tell me, oh, he sees me because I have a learning disability. And you're going to contact me at the end of the day and try to sit there and tell me that I'm an idiot and I don't know the difference between a court document. At the end of the day, we sent you the court document. Okay, I gotta ask a question. Did you know what you were reading? Because I don't think you could read. Because usually reading and spelling kind of go hand in hand. They do. So I'm now curious whether you knew what you were reading. Do you know how to read? Because I'm curious about this. The same thing with Mr. Williams. Like, can he read? Because that letter he sent over, oh my goodness. We look at it, it's hilarious for us. We don't look at it like we don't take you seriously. We don't. You're a joke. I know you're in the room. Listen to me. You're a joke. We laugh at you. But it's even funnier with the stuff you write. It's hilarious. So, yeah, the only thing that goes through my mind at the end of the day was, did you graduate from school? Like, what happened? See right here? Lawsuit. Right there. See? Got your account and everything. Right off your website. Automatic lawsuit. Yeah. Come on, man. But that's why I asked you that question. Yeah. Did you graduate from school? I'm not trying to be rude here, disrespectful. I'm just curious. Did he graduate? Because come on, man. You know how old he is? He's in his late 40s. So apparently, you know who does all the paperwork. Somebody does all the paperwork. He definitely ain't doing it. Did you even know how to fill in the LLC correctly? Because the paperwork in the LLC is complicated. All these emails we got, every single one of these emails has bad grammar, bad spelling. It's horrible what's in there, man. I really think he has a learning disability or something. I don't know. But then again, if you got a learning disability, you would have got that fixed by the time you reach high school. And you might have been a little bit behind in some of the other kids, but still would have been much better, because that's why they put you in that class, to teach you, to help you out. That's why you go through the learning disability class, to help you be able to excel with the other kids. So if they get it while they're young, that's what they want to do. Get it while they're young. It gives them a better fighting chance. I'm not busting anybody that has learning disabilities. It's just that they catch it when it's young. That's why they make you go through those tests. They go through them tests. They figure out, okay, your kid got dyslexia. Your kid has a learning disability. Let's put him in this class right here to help him, so that way when he reaches this stage, he is leveled out. That's what it's for. So what the freak happened between here and there? Because there's no way in the world I should be reading anything like that. I think you dropped out, because something ain't right there. Something just doesn't click there. And it's really bad spelling. People are going to have bad spelling from time to time. They're going to have it. It's normal, but not like that. Because somewhere along the line, someone's going to correct you. Oh, man. All right, I have to listen to some classical music to cleanse my palate, because right there altogether, that basically is making my freaking brain itch right now. If it was anybody else who wrote that to me, I would have just looked at it as a grain of sand and moved on. Because again, I see someone trying. But this joker at the end of the day, who likes to insult people, get nasty with people, and try to treat people like dirt all day long, yeah, I'll put you on blast. I did. Because you deserve it. You're not a humble human being. That's the problem. So you deserved it. So now everybody on YouTube knows that you're a complete idiot, because you are. We got tons of this stuff. Tons of this stuff, man. I'm him basically writing this crazy stuff. This crazy. Oh my goodness, man. Oh. You have a driver's license? How the freak you get a driver's license? Yeah, I got to question that one right there too. I had to question a lot of things about you now, man. Driver's license, everything. Job applications. Got to question all that now. Everything. Now that would explain the website. That explains the website and everything else we've got from this guy. Well, you're not dyslexic. I can tell that, because I got friends of mine that are dyslexic, so I know it. I know their handwriting. So no, things would be backwards. So it's not that. Because I think they see everything in reverse. They see it backwards. Now, if I could do that, if I had basically the ability, if I had dyslexic and I could fix it, but I could still use it, oh my goodness, I'm writing everything backwards. Yeah, you try to figure out what I wrote. At the end of the day, I could write all kinds of stuff. Well, of course, they could just take it and just put it in front of a mirror. Yeah, too, on top of that. But anyway, still, I would use that I would use that to my benefit from writing code. But yeah, man, that's crazy. I'm just taking the time now just to process. That's what I'm doing, people. I'm processing. That's it. It's just, I find it hilarious. We got to take this down and get them just for charges and stuff. But I just find it hilarious that, when somebody tries to insult you, that they end up insulting themselves. And they like to call people idiot and stupid, and then look at that mess at the end of the day. I had to share it. I had to. It was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. You're going to ask me what it means. I got a lot of questions for you. Did you graduate? Questions for you. You slow? I got a question for you. Are you drunk? What's wrong with you at the end of the day? Why would you write something like that at the end of the day? Did you really look? Did you see the underscores pop up? The underscores pop up. They tell you. They say, look, you wrote this wrong. You got to go in and fix it. Did you go fix it? Did you really believe that's how it was spelled? I just got to express this real quick. Did you really believe that's how it was spelled? Because you sent it that way. It's different if you just get one And you do that. People do that all the time. But you had like multiple ones in there, literally in there. It was, come on, anytime you see underscores popping on like that crazy all the time, you know, like, okay, I got to rewrite this or do this right. Really? Because I do it from time to time. If I'm in Facebook and I'm talking about something, I might write something wrong. But then when the person sends me something like what I said, I'll go back and go, oh shit, I did that wrong. And I recorrect it because I know how it's done. Can you do that? You know, you're lucky at the end of the day. I'm just going to leave it at that because I swear I will mail you a Hooked on Phonics and a Leapfrog in a hot second. You think I'm joking at the end of the day. But I got to be professional about this because, yeah. It's just that, you know, we all been through that. When you got somebody at the end of the day is trying to talk trash about you and they do something completely stupid, you know, at the end of the day, you're like, really? Like, you got a nerve to talk about me at the end of the day? How come you ain't got no pictures like this on your Facebook account or any of your accounts? Probably take mine. Yeah, like, really? You gonna believe at the end of the day you got the nerve to try to insult me at the end of the day? That's like somebody sitting there saying that you got a trashy car, you got this, you got that, blah, 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 blah. And then you pull up in this beautiful Bentley or Mercedes or whatever, and you see what they're driving. They're driving a freaking beat down, blowing out car. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on, hold on. I gotta, just excuse me for a minute. You had a nerve to come on my Facebook and talk about how my car, which he never seen your car yet, is garbage, that I'm poor, I ain't got this, that, and the other, and you drive that compared to what I have over here, you know you're going to rub that in. You know you're going to. Yes, you are. So you want to come on my business account and insult me at the end of the day and tell me that I don't know what a crease and disorder is, and I'm the one who sent it to you with my attorney? I got to proofread all those. You know that, right? When they send them through, it's called a draft. We got to proofread all that, make sure everything's in there, and they send it back. I write my own contracts at the end of the day. I write my own NDAs. I do all that stuff. I did my own LLC. I did my copyrights, all that stuff. I know paperwork in the day. I did all my licenses for my company, even my EIN number, all that. Please. Insult my intelligence at the end of the day. And you can't even spell correctly. Jeez, my goodness. I can't spell. Gee, okay, I'm gonna keep it cool. He's a jerk at the end of the day. He does deserve the abuse, please. Yeah. See, that's how you do paperwork. That's how you get it done. By the way, you violated that too, right? So guess what? Lawsuit coming. So anyway, I know how to do paperwork at the end of the day. I love paperwork all day long. I learned stuff. I learned stuff about zoning. As a matter of fact, I learned that a B2 zoning permit basically allows you to use a building zoned as for residential and for business. Because I learned all that stuff because I found it fascinating. So when they came to the building, they were checking everything at the garage was at. I was talking to the guy called Zach. And I kept going to their office and getting the information. I was going back and researching it because I wanted to learn everything about zoning and how it all worked, because sooner or later I was going to buy some land and do some tiny homes out there, and I want to know how to do everything correctly, how to file all the paperwork. So I find it fascinating. So I know all this stuff already. You apparently at the end of the day can't spell. And you don't know jack at the end of the day. Period. You just make it up as you go along. I think you've been faking it as you go along. Period. Gee whiz Louise. I also know about California zoning laws also too, because I also studied that too. But don't worry, Mr. Fernando. You made the comment about basically having me removed from places that I'm working at. You made terroristic threats about my business and company. I'll make sure that's taken care of tomorrow. And I will also make sure that when the process servers start, I will make sure that they find out everything about, if they reach or bump into your landlord, I want him to have all my information. I want him to reach out to me because I'm going to have a nice little talk with him. As a matter of fact, to make sure that he reaches out to me, I'm going to let them know, reach out to him, let them know that we feel at the end of the day that he has involvement in your activities and we need to talk to him before we get an attorney. I think that should bring him to my attention quite a way. So that way I can have a nice little talk with him. Because I want to know the actions that you were committing in that apartment if he knew about them. We also want a copy of the contract lease too. Not yours, his. So we can go through that and see what he has in there. Because he's allowing people to break the law in his unit, he can get in a lot of trouble for that. So we're going to need a copy of that. And we will get it. And if it says in there, basically showing that if you're in one of these units and you commit any form of crime, basically it is a breach of contract, automatic termination of your lease. And guess what? He has to follow through on it. So I'm going to get you removed from your building. So only proper. I don't think your tenants want to deal with the fact of having process servers pop up on their property because you feel that you can abuse people's property. Jamie, you've been doing this for years, man. You abuse the building that you're at. You commit crimes there. You've abused your Wix site by committing crimes on there. You've abused your YouTube channel by committing crimes there. You've abused your Instagram account. You've abused your Facebook account. You soiled and destroyed all your platforms by committing crimes. And now you're sitting on this man's property and your LLC is sitting right on his property. And I'm going to tell you something. When he removes you from this building, he is going to request that you remove the LLC off his property because it's on there. Because anytime somebody looks up your business, it directs to his address, his building. So he's going to request for you to remove it. And the problem you're going to have here is you can't do that. You can't do that because you can't dissolve the LLC because the documents that are missing. And the documents that are missing are the documents involving you committing perjury against your company. Talk about a Pandora box within a Pandora's box. That's pretty much what it is. So he's nervous. What he's doing right now, that's what you call, that's a person who's nervous. That's what they do. They act up like that. That's what we're used to seeing. So we don't take anything you're saying to me. We don't take that seriously at all, period. At all. You're going to have to prove that what you said, or you're just going to have more charges against you. That's all. But this is just you're nervous. You're very, very nervous. Well, can't cry and whine on YouTube and, expect for people to take your side and say, I didn't do anything wrong. Well, if you did nothing wrong, then when the process server comes to your apartment, you take the paper. You take the document. You open up the door, put your hand out, and you take it. And I'll see you in court. That's it. If you didn't do anything wrong, right? Why would you hide then? All right, then. That means you did something wrong. You know what I mean? Posting people's addresses without their permission. My sister's actually filing a lawsuit against them for posting her address. The people own the building that he posted the address without permission. They're going to file a lawsuit and criminal charges against them. So if there's nothing wrong, you didn't do anything wrong whatsoever, and you're in the clear, when that process server comes and they're going to report back to me, they're going to tell me everything that went on, that you took the document. Because if they have to post it to the door, they're going to snap a picture and send it right to me. They'll catch you when you're at. Matter of fact, they'll come to your job. Come right to your job, not just to your house. They're going to go anywhere you're going to be at to serve you. Anywhere. You're in a restaurant, they're going to pop up in that restaurant to serve you. Anywhere you go, you're going to get served. All right. So if you're saying at the end of the day, I never touched his copyrights, I didn't do anything with them, I didn't call his company a scammer, I didn't slander him, I didn't use his pictures without his permission, I didn't do fake demonstrations on his product, then you should be okay. But if you did, I forgot post office mail fraud, if you did do any of these things, well, you're going to jail for a very long time, and you're just going to have to pay me a lot of money. And it still won't be enough. And then when I'm done with him, I'll come for the rest of them. But first, you want to hit him first to show you exactly what you mean business. Here we go. Salome 5. Lawsuit coming your way, buddy. Let me see here. You got your channel right here, right? Isn't that my face right there? Isn't that your channel, Salome 5, right there? That little thing you did with the chicken and all, that's going to cost you $80,000. I'm taking your house. I decided I want the house now. So I will be taking the house. You won't have it anyway. It doesn't really make a difference. You're not going to have it. The post office fraud charges, they carry very serious, heavy fines behind those things. They're $1 million fines if you're caught in one of these things. So they're going to take it either way. The people that you use their identity without their permission, they're going to want to take it too, because somehow they want to split up exactly how to get money out of this, because there's so many people coming after these people. It's like the equivalence of watching the sharks sitting there swimming in a pool, and you throw one piece of meat in there, they all attack it at the same time. That's literally what's going to happen to you guys, because they're going to sue you also. If I'm a company at the end of the day, and somebody uses my address and my information to commit crimes, to harass and threaten somebody else in another state, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to file a lawsuit against you for identity theft. And that's what's about to happen to you. And no, there's Solid Wake 5. There's Solid Wake 5, and it shows you doing reviews on your channel with Danny. So guess who gets pulled into that one? Danny gets pulled into that too. Because they're going to ask what his involvement in all this nonsense, and yeah, it's bad. And then if you guys go into the whole thing and we don't know each other, I got you in Crowcast. I got just about every last one of your little videos all recorded and documented to show that you guys all know each other so well that you know each other's families. Good luck. I told you, man, if I'm taking you to court at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure there's no way to get out. The equivalence of going to court to me is like watching someone stick you inside of a mason jar and just screwing the top. There's no way to get out. You can see what's coming at you, but there's nowhere to go. That's how I like it to be when I go into a courtroom. So there's no way out. Heart's going to race at 100 miles an hour. You're going to really feel like you're suffocating in that baby, but yeah. Mr. Williams, we also know where your residence is too. Isn't that your apartment complex right there? Yeah, I know exactly where your apartment's at. I know your landlord, everything. We'll see you soon. We know everything about you guys, everything. I hired somebody, a special friend of mine, went and took care of it. You guys can't go around doing stuff like that. So it'll get you in trouble. See all these pictures in here? All these pictures have been scanned over to the Adams Towns Police Department. All of them. So they're all in the system already. We looked it up one time. We looked up how much money is Scrooge McDuck actually worth. Something like $1 trillion or something like that. It's crazy. Just looking at weird stuff. I think it came from looking at the world's richest man in the world. That's where it came from. And they were talking about Scrooge McDuck. How much is he actually worth? Something like $1 trillion something. That's why he made that statement. If I can give up $20 million, I still won't be broke. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. He harassed these people too, right? Yeah, we know about that too. We got their information too for you too also. We did contact them. We got several places he contacted and carried on. You don't believe he's going to go to court. Literally believes that no one's going to come and knock on his door. I guess that one time wasn't enough, was it? All right, no problem. I'll fix your goose. Trust me. I'll definitely fix your goose. I got something waiting for you. I got some professionals too, process servers that will get the job done no matter what. And I got hired some really big pit bulls to come to your door and make sure we get you served in court. And keep in mind, Mr. Fernando, before these guys can come to your door, we have to get an approval by the court showing there's enough evidence to prosecute. We have more than enough to get the job done. And what I mean, I'm hiring some real pit bulls at the end of the day. These guys will not only get through that gate at the end of the day, they will contact your landlord, they'll contact family, they'll come to your job, they'll go everywhere and anywhere you reside and come serve you no matter what it takes. That's what I'm hiring. You won't be to step foot out of that apartment. But again, if you didn't do anything wrong, when they come to the door, just open it up, take the paperwork. That's all you got to do. And we'll see you in court. Heck, I'll even give them a bonus if they get you. Look at this. More, and for all this is in the files already. Touching the copyrights. without permission. Look at that. Sheesh, man. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be real bad. We better hope we don't get an African American judge calling me the word nigger. Yeah. That can go well for you, man. So, not only do you don't know how to spell, but I know you're angry and upset. Send me some more of those letters. See what happens to you. So I can get a nice big stack. Go back over there. Now, mind you, all your information's been traced, all that. I don't know why people think at the end of the day, if you hide behind an account and you figure that no one can find you, they can track people in third world countries. Do you understand that? They can track terrorists in third world countries in caves. They can track them down and figure out exactly where they're at. And they think they can't track you on U.S. soil? Think about that. The very government that can go out and basically track down any terrorist they want. You can be hiding in the deepest, darkest cave on the planet. They can find you. Send an army to your front door and dig you out of that hole for prosecution. It's the same people you're dealing with over here in the United States when you commit crimes, federal crimes. So yeah, they can find you. I want you to think about that. Next time you get behind a computer and you decide you want to carry that out, because all your crimes are federal crimes now. Think about that. So being able to find you is not a problem. They'll be able to find you just like that. But we got all your information, so we're good. Made the job easier for them. Because you guys went in and did dumb stuff. You went to our accounts and you carried on and your information just popped up. It's just right there. I was thinking, okay, that was easy. There's more copyrights. So what they're going to do is it's going to be count one, count two. Oh, man, that's a bad. When you go to court and they give you count ones, these are the different ones you're being charged for. Now, if he had wanted and signed the cease and desist letter, we would have dropped the charges. If he had went in and said, okay, I'm signing this. Now, mind, even if you went in and did it again, we still can go hit you again. No problem. But if he was sincere and he really wanted out of this situation and not getting sued, as we try to do, we give him a way to get out of it. That's why we sent the document to him. If he had signed it, contacted lawyers, gave us a written agreement, and apologized, removed everything, this would have never came up. But he feels that he's untouchable. He can do whatever he wants to do. Well, I'm going to show you real quick that your wings are about to get clipped. Can't go do this kind of stuff, man. Let me see. We take a lot of pictures. I need a copy of this document. We got a copy of the process server that came to the door, so we need a copy of that. They have your building, by the way. Matter of fact, I can contact them right now because they're at your building. They have your building on record. Give me all the information I need from there. I can go from there. Let me see. Tell me about it. No, ain't? Yeah, guy got no common sense whatsoever. I'm kind of curious how this is all going to pan out for this guy, because, yeah, by the time you get back, if the lawsuits hit first, everything's going to be locked before he hits back home. I'll make sure it's accounts all locked. We go to the process, execute judgment. The minute we come out of that courtroom, I'm going to pay my money, execute judgment, and take your stuff. So the next day, they'll be there to get your stuff. I don't know when they're going to pop up. They're going to come get your stuff. And by then, we should be able to reach out to the landlord to get a hold of him, let him know what's going on in the property, because it's going to get out. They're going to see him pop up there. They're going to see him taking your stuff. your neighbor's going to contact the landlord. Let anyone know, the people that are executing children, anybody know to give my information right from the door, because we do need to talk to them. We have to talk to them because, again, we need to know what his involvement, what was going on in that apartment, what was going on. Let me see. All right, these are the ones we sent over. These are involved. These are the doxing addresses and all that stuff. That's right there. Okay. The documents for that. Can't wait till tomorrow. Go right and find them out as soon as possible. Get my process service to get them and get this done. And this guy is nothing but there's something wrong with him. You know, you can't, people, I'm trying to run my business and I got to deal with this nonsense at the end of the day because he's jealous. If you got a problem with my products, how about you make something better and give me some competition at the end of the day instead of doing this crying nonsense all day long? Sitting there contacting me freaking 7 o'clock in the morning crying on my accounts. If you feel that you can do better, then show me. Well, you can't. That's why I put the match and better demonstrations out there. You don't show me nothing. All you do is cry in your accounts. Well, now you got a bigger problem now. Screen paints is not your problem right now. Your big problem is going to be, bottom line, is you're keeping yourself out of jail and keeping from getting sued. That is your big problem right now. That's the biggest problem you're going to go through right now. Because, Mr. Fernando, I know you think I'm a joke at the end of the day, but I'm going to tell you, I want you to listen up, man. You listen to this video, or you're in this room, I'm coming to get you. Do you understand that? I'm going to hit you with everything we got. I'm not playing around with you. You thought the process server was a nightmare. I'm going to hit you with everything we got. All this evidence I have on you, I don't care how much money it takes, how many times I got to walk in the city hall. I'm going to be in there so many times. They're going to know me by my first and last name. I'm going to basically charge you with everything we can possibly get our hands on, known to God on this earth. When I tell you that I'm going to hit you that hard, I'm not playing with you. We got enough evidence to prosecute you for years, man. And my copyrights, you touch my work, my copyrights at the end of the day, you're going to pay for that. You definitely going to pay for that. I'm going to strip it all from you, man. Everything. And when I get done with you at the end of the day, the people who hung around you will disown you from the door. That's how bad it's going to be. They will delete their accounts in fear of knowing what's going to happen to them. So I want you to understand this. You can smile and joke all you want on YouTube. We're coming. My Lord told me to follow through, and I'm going to follow through. We got everything we need to begin the process. I got enough evidence to prosecute you for the next 4 years. I'll prosecute you while you're sitting in jail. That's how bad it's going to be. As you sit in jail, I will still slam charges on you. You're not getting out of this, man. You did too much dirt for too long. And I don't want you to think at the end of the day this is all from hate. There's no hatred here. There's no anger at all whatsoever. What's here is that you are a person who has been doing dirt for years. I'm pretty sure you have been. It's time for you to face the music. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. You do whatever you want to do, and you carry on that. It's time for all that to stop. You go out and you bully everybody, anyone you can. Well, it's going to change now because in the system you're going to go through, try that nonsense in there and see what happens. Go to the prison system and try to bully people in there and carry on at them, see what happens. I think the entire time you're going to be in there, you're going to have your head down. And you sit there and say, oh, you're going to jail. You are. My copyrights alone by themselves carry jail time. And we can show the judge that we've reached out to you. We have tried to work things out with you. We have sent you the cease and desist order. You have ignored it. You continue to attack my company. You continue to attack my family. Yeah, you're not going home. And they're going to file charges on you too on top of that. So no, you're not going anywhere. Let me see. I need to switch from here. So yeah. The Lord says, show no mercy. We're not showing you no mercy. We don't want a plea deal. I don't want nothing. When your lawyer comes up to it, we don't want it. We don't want to hear it. Get out of my face. You got to go. Sorry. Got to go. We don't want to hear it. We want maximum of everything. I want maximum jail time. I want maximum lawsuits of everything. The only reason why he was spared in the process server that came the first time is because the timeline, the timing. We had until 12 o'clock to have that document at the door. And when you fill out, when the CCB, you fill out that document, it's a huge, massive document we had to go through. We had to go amend files and all this stuff and contact them. You can't call them up. You have to send them an email. They get back to you in 24 hours on basically what to do. So our time is dwindling. By the time we got that thing done and filled out, and we're sitting there like a day, like, well, when did they serve them? And someone finally came in and said, oh, I'm sorry, you got to hire a process server. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me that a day ago. So now we go and we hired a process server. So he thought at the end of the day, because nothing happened after he hit his door. No, let me enlighten you, my friend. The reason why nothing happened, because we ran out of time. By the time the process server got back to us and taking a picture of the door, it was past 12 o'clock, which means that's the only thing that saved your neck. See, that's what you have to understand. God gave you an opportunity to go, because I didn't follow anything after that. After we went through that process, I could have went in and refiled. I said, you know what? Maybe this is God telling me to give him a second chance. You didn't take it, did you? So you turned around and you threw it up in my face and said, oh, the reason why is because he didn't have any evidence. You are stupid. The reason why the process server was at your front door, and talk to an attorney about this, he will tell you the only way these guys can pop up at your front door is unless there's enough evidence for court. That's it. If there's not enough evidence for court, guess what? There's no charges because there's not enough evidence and the process server never pops up. But they pop up when there's enough evidence to issue for court. There you go. See? So the fact that the Lord blessed you in that situation for it not to go as bad as it could have went, but gave you a warning, you didn't take it because you continue to violate my copyrights right after that. Now, this time around, I have the knowledge how to process this paperwork because I've done it already. And I know the timeline, how to get it done, which means that my service will have more than a month to get you. And this time when we come to get you, I guarantee you we will get you. You had the opportunity. Now, if he had left it alone and went about his business and went quiet, I don't think I would have ever continued on what we're doing now. I would have just probably just let it go and just moved on and just worked, and that's basically about it. Because I figured, okay, maybe that was enough to scare him. He learned his lesson. We'll just let it go. No, he didn't learn. He just kept on going after that. So now it just told me that, okay, well, he doesn't want to learn. He's just going to learn the hard way. So now, there you go. So it begins. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Gave you the opportunity. You should have took it. Gave you multiple opportunities. You should have took it. So this process server will be far different from the other one. This one's a little different. He's going to go everywhere you go. He'll wait outside for you if he has to. He's going to serve you. Whatever it takes, he's going to get you served. You got to come down to your job. Got to come down to your church. Got to go to the hospital. Wherever you're at, he's going to come serve you. Anyone in that house over the age of 21 will be served without documents. Let me see. And there's people on YouTube, Mr. Fernando, that can't wait to see this happen to you. They can't. Because they've been seeing you do dirt for so long. They can't wait for it to catch up to you. I'm letting you know it's going to happen. It is definitely going to happen, my friend. You see the time and effort it takes me to design and build things and put things together. You see my dedication, my push, my drive. I'm going to put that in your direction. That's how far I'm going to prosecute you. That same energy, that same push and try to develop the technology that I build and put together and test, I'm going to put that same energy right towards you. You're going to get my devoted attention on this. I got time to do the rest of my technology, no problem. When it comes to this particular field, you're going to see what devoted, concentrated, dedicated attention looks like. And I get to learn something in the process. Got to file multiple lawsuits, which I can't wait to do that because, man, On top of that, too, I got a couple of friends of mine that are attorneys, too. So if I need any help, they're like, hey, here, blah, 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 blah. Give me that for a minute. I had a guy do that one time. So, give me that for me. He's an attorney. Here, you're done. Like, wow, thank you. There you go. All right. Let me see. This is Crawdwell here. Yeah, it's another one right there. Right there for that one. And bum, 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 bum. I'm looking at where we're going to be taking tomorrow down to the courthouse. We got plenty of stuff here. We do. I'm going to print out. My ink will come in. We got plenty of stuff here to take down. I got to take down all the receipts, all the stuff I need. And then we're going to take all the stuff here, the letters and stuff from McAfee and Mr. Derrick over to the FBI and get that started. Yeah, you were literally supposed to make them and never got around to that at all, period. Let me see. Eco buddy, there's your files right there on how much information we have on you. We've been collecting on you. It's, like I said, not going to go well at all, period. Copyright warnings, everything, man. There's so much stuff on you, it's not even funny. Yeah, and these are tons and tons and tons of information. I told you, I do my work at the end of the day. Look, Jamie, let me explain something to you. Because I'm on a live stream, there are days I'm not on live streams, and I go through your channel and I record and document all your stuff. I got people documenting your stuff. So when I'm busy, I got people coming and document everything you say, everything you do. And one video alone, we can prosecute you for days, man, because you've said things in those videos that weren't true. So you're going to have to back up everything you said, and whatever videos you said about me, I'm going to get sued. And your wife is going to see these lawsuits. She's going to see these lawsuits. She's going to see these process servers coming to the door, and she's going to ask you what the freak is going on, because anybody's going to ask that question. What are you going to say at the end of the day? If she wants to reach out and contact me, she can, because I'll explain to her just exactly what your husband did and how we gave him the opportunity to get out of this mess to begin with, but he just kept on pushing our company. I smell divorce. And she's going to ask the question, why is this guy attacking us like this? Why? Now, my 800 number is there. If she reaches out to me, I'm going to call her right back. I'm going to have a nice little conversation with her. Yeah, your husband came and attacked my company, did this, attacked my family, did all this nonsense, and we're suing him. He's touched our copyrights at the end of the day, so he's going to go to jail. Yep. Now, I'll talk to her. Yeah. My 800 number is right there. She calls me, I'll contact her, have a conversation with her. Because we don't got to make anything up, Fernando, at the end of the day. We don't make stuff up. Everything you did, we have copies of everything you did. Action modification. Do it right here. See this right here. Copyright warnings. All right, I'll get that done. I got the other thing to get done on there. I got the thing that came from the other site. I got to transfer that and send the emails to there for the CCB, that one for the process server, that one. And again, we did the CCB, and let me explain something to you. I tried to do you a favor. Even though you did dirt on my company, I tried my hardest, Mr. Fernando. So when I tell you, after this day, you understand exactly what is going to happen to you and how your life is going to change dramatically because of your actions. I want you to know this, and I will say this in the court. We gave you the opportunity to get out of this. Do you understand this? When I filed for the CCB, I filed a claim that would not send you to jail. And the CCB, you're punishable up to $30,000. So I was just going to take the money from you. But if I took you to federal court, then you have to do jail time. You can't get around those things. You're going to do jail time because you're facing two different types. We're going to basically prosecute you, but you're going to face them at the end of the day, the government, for basically touching those copyrights. And they have a strict policy about this, and you're going to get jail time. And you've done multiple attacks on my copyrights. Not one, multiple attacks, which means you are going to jail. And I tried to give you the benefit of not having you go through that process because I did it myself. But you didn't take it. You took it all as a big joke. So now we're going to go to federal court. And I'm going to take both cases to federal court. So now you're going to go to jail. Including everything else you've done. See? Some people are just meant to self-destruct. I told you that. They are meant to self-destruct. You can try to, even when you're prosecuting my company at the end of the day, as a Christian man, I have tried my hardest to not get it to this point, to basically get it in front of a federal judge where you have served jail time. So, this is what you want. This is what you'll get. All right, I'm going to get my stuff done. I'm done. I got everything to stay here, done here. And Tuesday, I'll begin to process these empty threats that you sent to me about how you're going to get me removed out of this building and all that stuff. We'll take that down to Allentown Police and show them that you've been making threats toward my business. You've been sending emails to my company and carrying on, making accusations that I'm having sex with my cat, stuff like that. And I'll have my people go through your stuff real quick and gather up whatever they need, the last of what we need, and we'll get this started. I'll see you in court, Mr. Fernando. And for the rest of you who decided to take the same road as Fernando, we'll also see you also too. All right, gotta go, people.